to our event chairs, Peggy Anderson and Debbie Heinowitz. Without them, this event would not happen. Their amazing energy and commitment to this event is why we are here today. I'd also like to thank our event chairs, our donors and staff, whose dedication and support have made this event possible twice this year, because we set this up once before. This year we are going to honor an extraordinary artist, Carrie Mae, who will be joined in conversation, by Istola Rilmer. Istola graciously agreed to be part of our program today due to a conflict in Thelma Golden's schedule, and we thank her for being here and look forward to the conversation with Carrie Mae. Istola is undoubtedly going to ask some very thought-provoking questions, but I believe in participation of you, the audience, and I would love for you to write any questions that you have during this conversation down on note cards that you'll find at your table. Event assistants will come by, just raise your hand. They will come by, pick up your questions, and then you will be able to ask Carrie Mae some of the questions you might have. We are excited to have Carrie Mae with us this year. Throughout her career, Carrie has crossed boundaries using whatever media and materials make sense for her art. And in that art, she asks the difficult questions and never shies away from the unknown or the uncomfortable. She's often called a photographer, but she's expanded what that term actually means. That expansive idea of photography, of image making, is exactly what ICP is embracing in this very moment. This year alone, there will be 2.2 trillion pictures taken, or maybe I should be images taken. There are more pictures taken in 30 seconds than in the entire 19th century combined. And we need a place for a dialogue to happen, to ask the question of what does this mean, and who's figuring this out? Who are the artists like Carrie Mae, who is trying to navigate this incredible landscape? I am very happy to announce, and this is some inside information, but ICP just 2 days ago has closed on a new exhibition space down in the Bowery. This is an extraordinary moment for ICP. As everyone knows, ICP had a mansion on 94th Street. Then we've had this space in Midtown for 15 years, and now we're going further downtown to the Bowery, where I believe we have set the stage for conversations like you will see today, for work which you have seen through ICP's history to be shown. So we're incredibly excited, and I can't thank the board of ICP for supporting this initiative, and look forward to having you all at our opening, I hope, by the end of this year. Now I'd like to talk about someone who is an integral part of ICP and our future. Librarian Deirdre Donahue. Deirdre came to ICP in 2001 from the Met. She immediately got to work and built the best damn photographic library in the world. I've talked about my vision of ICP as being the center of the visual conversation. If you've been to our library, you know Deirdre and her team have already created that space. Deirdre calls the library a portal, not a room. She has worked hard to ensure an almost limitless amount of information is available there, but equally committed to making it accessible to all of us. Thanks to Deirdre, the ICP library is a place where students, scholars, writers, artists from across the world can meet, exchange ideas, and get inspired. I'm inspired just talking about it. Her colleagues at the school have made a video that really show why we're honoring her today, and let's take a look.
I was born in Syracuse, New York, because that's where my mother was getting her master's degree in library science. She She was my primary school librarian, and libraries have always been a part of my life since before I was born. My father was a bricklayer who went on to become an educator and a board member of our local library, which is where we spent every Saturday. So I think it's almost inevitable that one of my parents' 3 children would have ended up spending the better part of their life in a library. In June of 2001, I saw a help wanted ad for a librarian at the International Center of Photography, and that morning before work, I had slipped my resume and cover letter under the door of the 94th Street ICP because it was exactly where I wanted to be. 6 weeks later, I found myself in a hard hat, in a concrete box that would later be this library, touring it with my new boss, Phil Block. He had had the privilege to design and imagine a library for the International Center of Photography that I would then be able to animate and carry off into the future. The concerned photographer, Cornell Kappa, built ICP to be a home for all photographers without the steep hierarchies that are found in other cultural organizations, and libraries exemplify that democratic provision of information. This library can have each book shared by 6,000 people in any given period of time, and that makes me really feel like it's fulfilling the original vision and mission of the organization. The library has open stacks. The reason for that is it's a community of very creative people, and we want them to be able to have a serendipitous discovery on their way to look for what they think they're looking for. We have the kind of things that other libraries think of as gems. We have rare first editions of great photo books, Les Américaines by Robert Frank, and The Decisive Moment by Henri Cartier-Bresson. It's been a really great experience, especially to be added to the curriculum of the Masters of Fine Arts program at ICP, because I get to be part of the continuum. I get to see them in their moment of inspiration, where they're kicking into high gear, creating a project, and then see the project completed and catalog it and enter it into the library, where it goes on to inspire future groups of students and the general public.
My pleasure to present the ICP Legacy Award to Deirdre Carrie Mae.
Thank you, Mark, and the Spotlights Committee for this and for everything that you do for ICP. It's a tremendous privilege to be able to do what you love. ICP has given me that. It's also given me a mentor in the form of the brilliant and often hilarious Phil Block. I met my partner, Christian, an incredibly talented artist in the ICP library. And it's also given me colleagues who are indomitable and fearless. No, that's the same thing. They're spunky and wise, and they're also great mentors to me. And all of this wouldn't be possible without the guidance and support of a splendid board and our 2 guardian angels, Evan Paul and Stephanie Schumann, who are the co-chairs of the Friends of ICP Library. I share this with my co-conspirators, the dream team in the ICP Library, Natalia Rand, Liz Sales, Matthew Carson, and Bernie Ann Lewis. Thank you.
Deirdre violated one of my rules at ICP, which is there's no crying at ICP. That's the passion. Isolde Brielmaier, I'm pleased to present, is going to engage with Carrie Mae in what I'm sure is going to be an incredible conversation. Isolde engages with the contemporary culture as a curator, writer, teacher, and creative collaborator for artists